button was even on. Yeah, now we're good.
The lights on.
Yeah, lights on. We are good to go. Lights are on. Kia ora, here we are. Back at Toi Ohomai in the music studio where Echo did a lot of his recording. Messed around in here, so it's appropriate to be here. We have Gillies here, Brother Gillies. Brother Pete, come in to share some conversation with us around post-reflections of our brother now that he's passed. And so, bit of your whakapapa and away we go, brother.
Kia ora hoa, māku te temata tēnei wā. Ko Gilly tōku ingoa, ko Tongariro te maunga, ko Kaituna te awa, whakaue te hapu, ko te aro te iwi, ko te aro te waka. Kia ora.
Kia ora whānau, ko Pete taku ingoa. And I'm pretty much from everywhere around the place, really, Bitsa. But as far as musician-wise go and all of that, been pretty much here in Tauranga Moana. So, yep. Yes.
So, bit of your musical background, brother, and, you know, leading up to that time when you would meet, your paths would meet with Echo.
The brother? Well, my musical experience started like I was always an avid listener, but I didn't actually become a musician until I was like in my late teens. Kia ora to Tiama Cooper and Vernon Lasky. They got me on the huarahi, and then just pretty much feel like God blessed me with a gift, and I progressed pretty quick. Started in bands in the early 90s with one band in particular, Homegrown. Had a couple little projects before that, and we did a lot of the road stuff, very similar to the way Sweet Echo play. And now one of our kai waiata was Julie Te Kata, who you'll probably hear about sometime. And Charlie Rickety and them, yeah, I just started with a bunch of the hories from back in the hood. And yeah, progressed.
Where's the hood, brother?
Arataki.
Oi.
Arataki, bro. And yeah, and then progressed to that, was on that journey till like the early 2000s, yeah. And me and Pete got to have a bit of a jam together too at times. But as far as Echo is concerned, I got one of my cousins is half Raru, half Māori, half Raru. His name's Edward Daniels, and he had his 21st back in 1996, 95. And that's where I first met Echo.
Around about 1995.
Yeah, he was in a band called Chicago Made, I think. Yeah.
Right.
And both sisters were singing. They had, who's the cop guitarist? Craigie.
Yeah, Craig.
They had him, Rila, Echo, and bro, the thing that I loved about them, because my whānau's pretty huge on both sides, my dad's and mum's side, and back then we really loved to party. And yeah, bro, so if you were a band playing at one of our functions, you better make sure you were good. And they were good, bro. They could play everything, and that's what first made me, holy hell. So right, that's where
covered right across the genres.
Right across the genres, bro. And like honestly, like if you've seen Sweet Echo recently, they play a lot of R&B and, you know, top 40 R&B stuff and that. But when I first saw them, they were doing everything. Like, you know, top 40 R&B, soul, blinking rock, metal. Like honestly, don't be hating, but that's what I loved it. Yeah. You know, I always remember bloody Back in Black and all that sort of stuff that they used to do. And then that's when I first met them. Didn't know him like a bro. And then
impressions?
Oh, bro, I loved him, bro. Oh, he was the man. He could play everything, you know. He had the polyfunk going on. He had the, you know, singing while he was playing, but at the same time he was solid in the pocket rock player too, you know, when they needed it. And then so that's where I first saw them. And then early 2000s at the Owens Bar, which is called Cheers Bar now. The Owens Place down over Arataki. They played there a few times and just blew everyone away, bro, with the same sort of formula. And then got to know him then. But I didn't really get to hearty know Echo until my bro Tiama started jamming with him in the mid to late 2000s.
So you just see him around town?
See them playing, yeah.
See them playing, hey, you know.
And then got to know him as a personal friend in the mid to you know, mid 2000s, yeah. When Tiama started playing with them hard out. He was a choice dude, bro. Right off the bat, bro, you know how we connect, bro, the Wairua, bro, the Aroha, bloody making me laugh 24/7, right? You know, honestly, bro, made it, you know, bro, just can't, you're one in a million, bro. Yeah, straight up.
Well, I know we've talked about, we've seen him kind of fly, because he was always, he was at the top of his game when he was on stage. I kind of believe he was born for the stage.
Fully.
But we also know that, he had his struggles with some of his, health issues.
Yeah.
And, like, I know, we were just talking about last night, dislocated finger.
Oh.
Which one? It's the one, and that's the one that gives you your stick control. And it's dislocated, Bung elbow, bung leg.
Bung eye.
Never went on about it though, bro. Just rocked on
No,
like
he never did.
nothing
No,
was.
yeah,
never went
no,
on about
a
it, bro.
lot of people didn't
Never
know
made
those
excuses.
things.
No, and that's the thing
never made
that
excuses.
Nah.
that's the thing that we know is that he, whilst he was, he had his struggles in that area, but he could cut the gig, smile all the way through it,
Let's be real, bro. He was pretty much almost the be all and the end all of it all. As for when they were performing, like, I'm taking nothing away from the brother Rila and the sisters and that, but mate, that brother had such a presence and a smile, bro, and he was humari, humble, like amongst the friends we know he's a bit of a blow ass, but jokingly, jokingly, but he didn't really mean it.
Nah.
He wasn't no upoko nui,
He was
that's what I loved about him, bro. He was humble all the time, bro.
Yeah. I think if you didn't know him, you'd probably get that kind of like, who's this guy? But when you got to know him and you really got down and sat down and unpacked what he had to deal with,
Genuine, bro.
day in, day out, and that's off the stage. Before we even got anywhere near the stage, you kind of realise, just some of the challenges that he faced.
Oh, hard, bro.
Especially around his health. And I know you've touched upon it. We'll just touch upon it a little bit around, that you also had suffered seizures, bro. And so maybe you just want to say something about that.
Oh, hard out. Yeah, well, this will probably come as a shock to a lot of people watching this who know me, but I was epileptic, for a good portion of my life, from a little kid right up into a teenager. And long story short, I believe God did a miracle and healed me. And even to this day, when I go for medicals, they say, oh, you shouldn't be healed scientifically, but I am.
Yeah.
But just to give you an insight on what I used to go through, I used to have seizures, and they were bloody scary, man. Like, honest, like from a little kid right up into my late teens, I was having seizures. And how can I say it? So something comes over you, and you sort of seize up, and it feels scary. It's like, for me, it was like something was taking over me and I couldn't do anything. Somebody could be right next to you and you can't even say a thing. You're just like, ugh. And then I used to have these things called convulsion fits where you're just unconscious. You feel it coming on and then you wake up in the hospital, mate.
Yeah.
And so I knew everything that Echo was going through. I've seen him have a few seizures where he was controlling. He was at that level where he was controlling it. Like, I've seen him a few times during gigs and I used to say to Pete, how's the bro, all right out? And I used to say to Pete, bro, these flashing lights out. Yeah, you go, nah, it's all he's got under control. But I was always wary of freaking flashing lights and stuff like that, because they can make you have a fit.
Yeah.
And I seen him have a few little seizures and he controlled it and Snap came out of it.
Yeah.
But I did notice a few times that memory, because when I used to have them, I used to lose my memory a bit,
Yeah, I think I remember one time talking to you. Remember you saying it was like coming out of a fog. When you come out of a seizure, your mind's just,
Yeah.
And, he had 4 hours of drumming, tempo to remember, words to remember.
And he still pulled it off.
With a smile?
With a smile, like the bro will share it with you. He had a few seizures on the bro and still pulled it off.
Yeah.
Well, bloody hell, bloody hell, Solia, you bugger.
Oh, too much, brother.
Bro, get on my bro.
Hey, Soli to Soli, eh? Over to you, my brother.
Wow, I guess going right back. So when I first moved back here, back to Wellington, with my family and my kids, the only people I knew was Grant Hawa and Tim, because I previously played with them years prior.
And that was your extent of your
musical
Grant Hawa and Tim?
whakapapa?
Yeah, back in the
Wow.
years before. So, like, when I came back, no one knew, apart from the bro knew who I was, but everybody else thought I had just arrived.
Right.
So, you know, amongst the tauranga music fraternity, it took a while for them to sort of like, because like they'll be one, hey, who's this guy? Because they thought that because I was playing in Sons of Beaches with Louis and Mark, they thought that, oh, this is one of Louis's boys. Oh, he must be, didn't realise that, bro, I was old school with
Previous
Tim.
Jedi.
So like with Tups, Grant and myself,
Yep.
we had a band, Triple Trouble, back in the days. And then when Tups and Grant decided to call it a day in the band, another bro, Dave, jumped on, and so me, myself and Dave and Grant, myself, bro,
Me, myself, and my
Sorry.
shadow.
bro, sorry, I'm sober, whānau. I don't really talk well when I'm sober. Bit of a mare, and man, I could talk easy, but you know. And then so we had a band called Moss and recording through their time. So when I got back here, anyway, as I was saying, the first people I rang was Grant and Tim, but Grant had already had a project going, and that was with Mike Barker. The Swamp Thing was just sort of birthing at that time when I got back, and this was around 2010. And also at that time, Tim and Sweet Echo. And so, I'd never met Echo at that time, but Tim had told me, because he says to me when I rang him up, bro, you got any work? He said, bro, I'd love to say yes, I'd love to have you as my drummer, but bro, I've got a mean drummer. And I was like, hey, I thought I was your drummer.
I thought I was the
drummer. He goes, oh, sorry, bro, and he sings. Yeah, I sing too. But then anyway, and then when I finally did meet Sully, we had a gig, we were playing out at Golden Sands. So
take us to that time.
With myself, Ara was on the bass, Nick Dog on drums, Louis, and we had Hamish McLean on keyboards and trombone. And we were playing out there, and then Star, Daniel, brought Sully out and while we were playing, and he, Sully, how he walks. And he's just walking across the field. But because everybody else is sitting down watching, and he just walks right in front of us and sort of his smile and looks up at us, and I'm playing away thinking, yeah, what's this fella? He loves himself, sort of, God. And when I first met him, because he was wearing all blue, because he just loved wearing blue. It was either blue or red. And so, when we got off, and then the boys said, oh, bro, that's Sweet Echo. Oh, true, I'll go and finally introduce myself to him. So I went over to go and meet him, and, oh, true, you Sweet Echo, bro. He, bro, talking away. So, oh, you Samoan? Fuck off. And I was like, oh, no, just, no, fuck off. Fucking Samoan. Oh, what are you, bro? He's like, no, I'm Cook Island. No, straight up. That's how it went down. And then from that time, and then it was like after that, that's where Sully came. Because, I'd called him Samoan, or I thought I'd mistaken him for Samoan in the beginning. He got that angry that every time he'd see me, he'd call me Sully. And then I'll get angry, fuck off, you're the Sully. You're Sully. Fuck off, you're Sully. And so we just both went go at that. And then we had this gig out at Te Puna. And we were out there, and the funny thing was, he's talking away, and these ladies all, and he goes, oh yeah, pointing at me, oh yeah, he's Samoan. Because I go, where did the name Sully the Sully come from? Who's the Sully? And he goes, oh, him, he's Samoan. Hey. Then they come over and go, bro, are you Samoan? I said, no, what's your last name? Ormsby. Ow. Oh, he's related to us, And I said, nah, he's the Samoan. He just keep telling. And then and then the lady goes walking over, Malui Lele. And then after that, it stuck. There was his name then, so Sully. And so that's how we both ended up adopting the name, the Sully the Sully. And so
I must say, brother, when you're on the outside of your little inner circle, you can see the warmth. You can feel it between you two.
Oh, yeah, the banters too. Like, but we'll be serious. Like, you'll get to the point where people will be going, bro, you feel they all right, bro? Because they'll think they would, like, because we'd be that serious. But we knew we were joking, but we'd go that serious to see how many other people would think, bro, what's going on with them? Are they all right? Just someone should intervene, man, because I think there's something going on. And then we'll just crack up laughing, because we'll know everyone thinks that we're, being serious. But that was just as
his nature.
His nature, bro. Yeah, so, we got to know each other. And then through that time, as I was saying, we had the gig out in Papamore. It was a fundraiser sort of gig. And then the following day, he shows up on my doorstep. We were living in Welcome Bay at the time. And he comes around for coffee, and I got to sort of meet him, and then he goes, oh, I've got my original sounds there. And I was like, oh, cheer. So we chucked it on, and it was Baby It's You. But not the Golden Days version, the one on Tribal Roots. So as I think pros most refer to it as the Sweet Six.
Right.
You know, there's 6 songs that he had recorded, and they were all recorded with Carlos.
Yeah.
Mean production, beautiful, everything on it was just, it was amazing, great songs.
Well, I'll ask you something, because I'm not sure that I heard it from you or someone else, but you drummed in Sweet Echo at one point?
Oh, yeah. There was, we had a suicide awareness down at Memorial Park, QE2 Centre.
That was last year or the year before, eh?
Yeah, I think the year before.
Yeah.
We played at Romwe that night.
Yeah, that's right.
How did
And
that come?
boys were playing at Pangaroa, so that's why we played earlier.
Yeah.
So there wasn't a clash.
You and Nick too? It was Nick there too?
No. So I was on drums, Wheeler Man on bass, Charlie on guitar, Echo on percussion out the front with Bunny Gill. So it's the first time that he was ever out front. And that's what he loved, was being,
that's
you know,
we've had
leading
that
from the front
conversation.
rather than being behind everybody
Yeah.
and see, because he could do that, and we
Yeah.
knew him. But
Yeah.
for him, he'd always wanted to be out front. But I guess everybody all knew him and loved him as a drummer. Nobody would let him get off there. I mean, that's the truth of it, you know. And the whānau that's watching this would be able to say that all the musos that'll be here. You know, nobody wanted him to get off because there was no one else that could cut the drums as far as they were concerned.
Well, I was just going to say,
as well as the singing.
Probably you'd be probably one of the only ones around here to trust to take his place.
Well,
you
no,
know?
well, that was his call for me to come in and play with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that says a lot. Because, you know, that says a lot about his love and his measure of respect for you, brother. You know,
Yeah,
he would say, sit in the throne. I mean, because, you know, everyone's now going, who's going to sit in the throne? You know, like,
Well, no,
We're not going to go there after he's been on there, eh?
Oh, no. That's King
Fuck.
Sole, man. King Sole, this is...
King Sole,
He
bro.
stays there.
King Sole.
so that's a cool story, brother.
Throw hard, yeah.
Yeah.
Meaner.
You get all those, you know.
I used to always give him shit, eh? You know, I used to say, oh, you and your bloody cooking up. And he became, you know, but because using the talkiri, you know, and the bottle, and all the different instruments, so he knew how to play all those.
Yeah.
So he could combine all those into playing a snare.
Yeah,
Put it
what
all on the
about two
snare.
snares?
Well, oh, right.
Now you're going to bloody hell.
Yeah.
Confused.
Take us
That's how we ended up with the name Sole to Sole, Soul to Soul, if anyone remembers the old hip-hop group of the 90s.
Yeah.
And that's how we came up with Sole to Sole. Now, the reason why is because, as you were saying, 2 snares. That's only one sort of example. But
So you rolled up to a gig with 2 snares?
He rolled up to a gig
no
with
cymbals,
no kick,
no
cymbal, no
nothing.
nothing, just 2 snares on the stand, 2 stands with snares. You know, and this is at a gig, and so we done a gig with him playing 2 snares.
What about
It was the most ugliest bloody gig we
What
ever.
about the classic one, brother? Is the microphone in the hand with the one hand playing?
That was our first one at World's End. We jammed down there, Sole to Sole, and he didn't bring his mic stand, and he forgot his. Oh, Sole, I won't be able to sing, bro. But nah, fuck it, you're singing, bro. Hey, hold it.
Yeah.
So he did. So he played with one hand, and he held the mic in the other, and he sang. And man, he was mean because even to today, Cam, he's the owner down there. Yeah, he still remembers it. Others who were down
And they
there
thought
as
it was
well.
part of the show.
They did think it was. Part of the show. They all thought it was part of the
Wow,
show.
that's
Like,
amazing.
wow. And we were just like, wow, man, that's budget. Budget, so come on.
Budget. Yeah, we need a new name for a band. What shall we call it?
Yeah, budget.
Budget.
Yeah. Yeah, although Kelly didn't think that was funny when he said it.
Oh, it's funny.
But yeah, you know, we've had a number of those. He's shown up and we've done gigs where he's got no hi-hats. He's got the stand, no hi-hats. So he has to use his ride. So we play the whole night with just ride cymbals. No hi-hats.
Yeah,
no
this is a
open.
bit different from
you know.
lawnmower catcher.
Yeah. You know, so but that was Sole, and so that's why it became Sole to Sole. That's how we roll. Because a lot of times we'll get there, something will be forgotten, or we haven't got this or that. But we had fun, bro. We had fun.
I want to talk a little bit offstage stuff. The daddy daycare stuff, man. Just give us an insight into the daddy daycare, you know, all around all that.
Well, I mean, you know, other people outside would be thinking, you fellas are still bloody just dose makers and sit at home and do nothing. Could be a bit of truth in that. But as musicians, you know, our working time is at night.
At night.
So during the day, we as long as the kids are off to school and that, and that would be our routine, you know. We'd make the lunches or, you know, get the kids to do it. Get them off to school. As soon as they've gone to school, we'd do all our housework. There's washing, clean up the dishes, all that, so the house is all tidy. And then text or ring and up to Sole. No, nothing. Let's head off down to the weatherman, because that's what he called old Sunday. Was the weatherman. You know, and they got their name because, like, they used to always watch the weather on the Good Morning show. On Maddie.
Yeah.
And the old brother who likes to wear the old pink shirts. And so that's what old Sully used to call Sunday. Because, well, you know, you got Fafa, then you got Fa. Well, you know, and so he was calling him Maddie in the sense, like, with the pink shirt. Because that's Sully, man. He'd always get smart ass, and then in the end it went from that into becoming Weatherman. So that's Sundo's name, was the Weatherman. And so we'd always meet up and then head down there, Jason as well, or Uncle Fafa. And then we'll get down there and then, it was just me on. And then we'll be catching up on, you know, what gigs we've been doing, what gigs we've got coming up. And we'd pull out the guitar and we'd be writing songs as well. So it wasn't just sitting there and just and talking shit, you know. A lot of the time we were actually
creating.
We were creating and talking about a lot of things, forward thinking.
So, talking about creating, it was you and Sully, you did this diploma here.
Yeah.
At Toi Ohomai, and worked this drum kit, I would imagine, in the studio.
No, we were on the other side.
11B?
Yeah.
Oh, across the...
Yeah, we were in
the
W
old
block.
road, in the W block.
Yeah, W
the
or
old
T
house.
block. Yeah, the other side.
So this wasn't here?
No, they were building it when we were studying. So when I was studying in 2015, this hasn't been finished. It finished in 2016. So when Sully started the course, this was all up and running for him, I think. No, I think the following year after, maybe.
Right. So yeah, just a little bit of that diploma, you know, doing the course here and all that sort of stuff. You know, I know that he came out with some extra merits.
Yeah.
Say something about that, brother.
Yeah, well, you know, in the beginning, actually, I'll take it back to when I was on the course in 2015. So as soon as I'd finished, I'd always go around there.
Yeah.
Call around home, around to his place. And, you know, and me until the kids are ready to finish school and then head home. And then at that time, you know, I'd be talking and he'll be, what did you be doing that course today, Sully? So I'd explain to him, we've done this and done that. And then I'd say to him, bro, you know all this, man. You know, da-da-da-da-da. And how I explained it to him was like, you know, it's like for us who live in the dark, you know, so for instance, a lot of Māori might remember through you know, when your power gets cut, then, you know, you got no power, but you still can find things in the kitchen and walk around the house and, you know where the stuff are, you just got to sort of feel around to find it. And that's how music was for me, growing up, going through all that. Till I came to the course, and so it took me through each room that I knew, were familiar with my musical house, I guess you could say, and they just flicked the lights on every room I was going through. So it's like,
nice.
Is this where I kept it? Is that where that? Oh man, I've been looking. You know, like when you've been looking for things, but you can't find them. But they've been there the whole time. So that's what this course was for me. Yeah. And it went through, and because I was telling Sully, you know, it went through the whole house. So now all the lights are on, and so I know what Arsenal. You know, I know everything I've got at my disposal to use. Yeah. Whereas before you're sort of thinking in the dark, I think I can do this. I'm sure I can. But now because of the course, I know I can because, you know, I know now where everything is. I know now what I do know. And you know, so I may not have learnt a hell of a lot in the sense
but
of
you
like
that, what you needed,
but it confirmed a lot of things that I already knew. Or it gave me an understanding of the processes and of why you do things that way. And so I'd be explaining that to Sully, and I said to him, bro, do the course. And he's like,
I want to learn
do
keyboards.
Do the course. Yeah, and that's right. And so when he first initially decided he was going to do the course, he was only going to do it for keyboards, learn the keyboards. But then I said to him, Sully, that's nearly $6,000 you're taking out to do this course. That's like $6,000, paying someone $6,000 to teach you to play piano.
Yeah.
And you're not, like, this course is spread out over the years, you know, but you're not just playing your instrument all the way through the whole year. It's only splitting up into, you know, certain months, or you know, you're getting that tutorship.
Yeah.
So technically, you may be only getting about 3 months solid of piano lessons for $6,000. I says to them, sorry, fuck, bro, you might as well go and, you know, get one of the school kids to come and teach you to play keyboards. Rather than taking out that, I said, if you're going to do this course, you've got to do it all the way. Follow it all the way through, Sully, and do it.
So you came back with a renewed vision?
Came back with a new vision. He knew what he wanted to do. And because at that time, if you remember, Sweet Echo had sort of dissolved at that time because Rila had continued with his mahi and scaffolding. The sisters were pursuing their studies and that. And Tim, had gone off to do 1814. And so, you know, and so the brother was here by himself. And so through that time, that's how me and him got, you know, Sully picked up work because he had nothing. And I had solo gigs, so I thought, hey, want to jump on with me? So that's what kept him, well, you know, kept a bit of putia coming back, so bread on, you know, Lani and the kids' table, basically. And, you know, it wasn't big paying gigs of what he deserved, you know, because, like, the gigs that I was getting was, like, bloody, you know, crumbs. You know, $150 gigs, $300 gigs, which the other people, they'll be thinking, whoa, wow, that's me money. But as you know, when you've been doing this for, you know, years, your pay rate hasn't gone up. It's not reflecting. You're still getting paid. Actually, I get paid less than I did when back in the 90s. So, you know, sort of how it is. But
well, you know, I guess if you're in a place like this, you're a broke-ass student and you're a broke-ass musician, so you're just plain broke-ass.
Well, that's it. And that's it. And I think through that, you know, that's where Sully just, you know, because music was his life, in a sense, you know. Apart from his family, you know, as you know, the daycare and all that. But music was his life, man, you know.
Yeah, well, you know, I've always kind of considered that and felt that, you know, he was born for the stage, that kind of person.
Yeah,
you know, like we talked about last night about, you know, his just how focused he was when you get on the stage. You know, he'd just go into that tunnel vision mode, you know, and just knew where everything needed to be. And, yeah, and I believe even more so after he came off this course, because prior to doing the course, Tim really sort of was the helmsman of steering Sweet Echo, the band, because, you know, he provided the sound equipment and all that sort of stuff as well, but also, you know, because of the depth of his experience. But then after Sully coming on, all the experience he had prior, as well as being here, and like I said, going through it, turning all the lights on, then Sully understood and he knew what arsenal that he had and what, you know, what's in his inventory, in a sense, you know. For sure.
So when he came back out after the course, you got to admit, Sweet Echo was really taking off in the sense of, like, because he was more focused and he was at the helm. It wasn't relying on other people to, oh, Timmy, can you do this? Or Ara, can you do this? It was him. It was like, you know, and then also having Rila there as well, and then Bunny Girl as well.
Actually,
so,
you know, he was preparing for Sweet Echo splitting up before 2016. It was 2015 when we were going to jam nights at Malak all the time.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. I was on course then. That's when I was doing my course then. I got him on with me,
And he was a hard case, bro. Like, honestly, like, this guy and Nick used to run jam nights at the Malak. And it was literally jam nights. If some fella cut up with the groove or play the funky music, white boy, and then someone else was trying to take it into, like, I've been sitting, waiting, wishing, like, what's his name? The one who sings, I've been sitting, waiting, wishing.
Oh, Jack Johnson.
Jack Johnson. Fully didn't give a stuff. Just merge it, bro, merge it. No, man, no, let's stop and start again. No, carry on. It was like two completely seas. You had the Indian Sea and the Pacific. One's going like this and one's going and I'm like, oh. But I had some fun, bro, but at the same time I used to pull my hair up. Like when we're playing some reggae, bro, and you know, you got someone else on the drums and we're trying to do some, like, you know, come on, bro, Pimpin's Paradise. It doesn't go tick. And so I didn't give a stuff. Bro, just roll with it, bro. Just roll with it. You know, he was in his element, bro. You know, he was good, bro. Fun even when I wasn't having fun. You know, when I'm pulling my hair out, he just made it fun. I was like, oh, thank God you're here, bro. You make it bearable.
I think we know, you know, you only spend XYZ amount of time on the stage. You know, you're only on there for a short time, so it's imperative to get on and off the stage. And he was just kind of wired like that, eh?
Yeah, bro.
Cheeky.
Yeah,
Well,
see?
yeah, to be honest,
cheeky.
really, being on stage was more of an inconvenience than anything for us because most times we were just waiting for, have a break
Have
so
a
we
break.
could have our meal. It was just like, Stolly, when are you having a break? Yeah, you soon now. Yeah, one more. That's how it was.
But like you said before, bro, when it came to rock and roll, he was ready to rock and roll. Like, he did want to put on a good performance, bro.
Yeah.
Like he gave me like advice. He'd tell me if I was crap. Like
Yeah.
he straight up, like this
No,
fella.
straight up.
Like we were honest with each other. He'd say, Gilly, that song, your guitar sounds like this and that. And I appreciate it because I know, Master Jedi sort of thing.
I had the same
Yeah.
thing. I remember one time being on stage with him and he's grooving. He's just in front of me and he's grooving away and he just turns around and gives you the and you get off the stage during the break and hey man, hit that thing harder.
Yeah.
Fuck,
Remember when we played out at the jungle?
Oh yeah.
And we played there because Reela Man, he got called into work.
Yeah.
So he had to go back to Tokoroa to work. And so in the end, I ended up jumping on and doing the set with Bunny Girl and with Sweet Echo on the guitar. And the bro jumped on the bass. Anyway, I could hear him yelling while I'm yelling at me. And I'm thinking, hey, I'm turning around looking at him and he's yelling at Gilly. Hey, and what did he say?
Stop going on my kick. The next song you'd be like, stop going on my snare. Stop going on my ride. And I'm like, well, which one?
Because he was on the bass.
I was on the bass.
Like, yeah, salute.
And then we come to our first break. Come here, bro. Come here.
Yeah.
He did, eh?
It's funny you should say that because
I liked it though. I liked it.
It's funny you should say that because I'm like 16 years as senior.
Yeah.
And he'd be going, no, hey man, I'm going to pull rank on your ass. Yeah,
I appreciate it though because I learned.
Exactly. Bro.
That's how I learned, bro. And I was like, thank you, bro.
I think Charlie even said to me, he brought the best out of me, bro.
Yeah, bro, hard. Charlie still says that, bro. He misses the bro.
Absolutely.
Oh, big time.
Well, we could sit here and talk all night, man.
Oh, bro,
until
we
the cows
could, bro.
go,
We
you know.
could.
Yeah, of course. But I mean, I think really at the end of the day, everyone should know he was a beautiful person, and
Absolutely.
and not just music, but just as a friend, and I'm so thankful and privileged and honoured to have shared that
Same, bro.
with him, and he went through some of my lowest times, through, divorce, separation, all that sort of
Yeah,
stuff.
bro.
And he was my rock and pillar through that time.
He had a big heart, bro. Big
I
heart.
can remember we were in Purongo and it was on New Year's morning. We just finished gigging, and I was driving his ass back out to the farm, and he was blung as in the seat next to me, and he's telling me off. He's going, make sure you do this. And I'm like, man, you're supposed to be drunk. I'm older than you, kind of thing. Oh, it's funny, man. But I think it was just out of that heart of love.
Oh,
and
yeah,
heart
of course.
care.
Yeah.
Genuine.
Yeah.
Heart of love.
Oh,
and care.
genuine,
he
bro.
was genuine, right?
Genuine.
Genuine.
There's, I've heard stories of just his generosity. I think you told
Yeah,
me
bro.
one about he'd see the homeless outside, and you're setting up, and you go and grab a plate of food and take it out. It bothered him, eh? I remember you saying that.
He was always like, oh, poor things, and I'll be sitting there, who? And he'd be going, them. I'll turn around. I want them out.
Yeah.
That's their own choice. They in there, and he was like, it doesn't matter, so poor things. And, and it was only because of his concern and the look on his face that I actually felt bad for what I was saying. Because I still feel that way. I still feel that way about a lot of homeless, and not being judging that. But seeing the look on he was genuinely felt so sorry and hurt for them.
Shucks,
Like,
yeah, bro.
they're gonna be cold, so they'll be cold. Well, we'll give them your jacket. And he'll be like, but. That's just the heart that he was.
bro.
He was
Well, he had he tangata down.
Right.
exactly.
fully,
Yeah,
yeah.
he lived it.
He
He
lived
lived
it,
it, bro.
Yeah,
And hence why when you look at his the footage of his tangi, that's why there were so many people there.
Yeah.
Because it was about he tangata, he tangata, he tangata.
Well, that's us, eh?
Yep.
Kia ora, my bro. Bless my brother. Thank you, bro.
No, thank you, brothers. Thank our brother.
Thank
you.
That's why we're here.
Love you,
Yeah.
Asole.
Cheer my boy.
You're my brother.
Leave it to it.
Bless. Fafa.